August the 21st, 2020. Guys, 11 minutes ago, this update came out, and it's from the National Hurricane Center. The difference in the tracking from last night and this morning is that it's a little further south. In other words, the storm could skate across the very northern edge of some of the islands, including Cuba, and then maybe get into the Keys. Now, that's according to the model today, and become a Cat 1 by Tuesday at 8 a.m., Wednesday at 8 a.m. in the morning, coming ashore right under us here in Mississippi, possibly in the Mobile Bay area, somewhere inside this cone. So that means central Louisiana to the Florida Panhandle, and the Navy model does carry this far right hook and comes back out into the Atlantic, much like Michael did. Now, again, today is Friday. Storm is here. Still traveling very fast. So by the end of the weekend, as you're waking up Monday morning, this thing's going to be south of Miami, Florida, north of Havana, Cuba. Now, tropical depression number 14 is doing what I said last night. If it once it clears this Yucatan Peninsula in this warm water, it's going to become at least a Cat 1 hurricane. And you notice now this morning, it is projected to become a Cat 1 before it comes ashore into Houston. Notice Monday 8 a.m. Remember that? We had a Cat 1 south of Miami, Florida, getting ready to move into the Gulf. So at 8 a.m. Monday, we're going to have one here and one here. And we're going to have Tuesday, 2 Cat 1 hurricanes also getting ready to come ashore. Now, it looks like this storm will beat it, Tropical Depression Laura, by 1 day as far as coming ashore. Coming in here Tuesday at 8 a.m., and it could be Wednesday before the second storm comes in. Again, this is just a 13-minute update. Saturday morning, at Saturday 8 a.m., 60-mile-per-hour storm. And then by, again, Sunday 8 p.m., 65-mile-per-hour storm. So in this section, once it crosses the Yucatan, you see it's going to slow down from 70 miles an hour here to 60 because of the land mass it's crossing, then start picking up speed. We don't know how far above the 75-mile-an-hour range the storm will get, because when they're saying here at Tuesday 8 a.m. at 70 miles an hour, it's already coming ashore and slowing down. Now, this is the spaghetti models on Tropical Storm Laura, and you can see they're very tightly wound together. The only thing that kind of breaks apart here, instead of bringing the storm the way the averages on the National Hurricane Center are showing, bringing into Mobile and Mississippi, is the Navy model does what I'm going to call the rest of the season a Michael right turn hook. Right there. You see it, guys? And these storms are notorious for coming into the Gulf and then suddenly moving to the right. Last year, when Michael came in, it was supposed to come in near Gulfport, Mississippi, but it turned right and went in down into Panama City area, but it did devastation all along this area. I lost my old 1976 27-foot Hunter sailboat. It was old, but it was a good one, and just a casualty of war is what we're calling it. But the Navy model here and the Canadian model keeps it centralized right in the center of the National Hurricane Center's cone. And looking at the models for Tropical Depression 14 that's now in the Caribbean, everything sticks pretty close together here, except the TAB model. It brings it a little further south. But Houston, you're definitely under the gun in this one. Check this out. Right there, Navy model right in the center of it. Guys, and if you live anywhere along the ocean, the Gulf or the East Coast, the planet is feeling this heat, and it's feeling the tropical systems that are moving in. Everything's trying to rotate everywhere where there's moist water right now. But I don't know if you can hear this rain in central Mississippi on my roof now. I have a metal roof. Can you hear that? Anyway, it's been like that for a couple of days. And to be honest with you, we needed the rain, and the cool air sure hasn't hurt anybody's feelings here. But Florida Panhandle up into Georgia, you guys are already setting up with some moisture. So just keep that in mind before the storm gets here. I said last night, fill up your tanks, cars and trucks, everything you got that you can afford to fill up, because you can always use that extra gas in a generator if you have to, okay, for some power. And that very motion right there you see coming into the Florida Panhandle, guys, the northern movement may be where the Navy model is getting their, what I call the Michael right hand, a hard right curveball, whatever you want to call it. But here's Tropical Depression 14 right there, and it's pulling up into this moisture. See that? So we'll just keep an eye on it, Florida. Even though it's got it projected to come in over in Mobile Bay area, South Mississippi, do not take your eyes off of this one or this one. Okay, you've got you can see it very clearly. Rotation at the surface. Here you've got plenty of power in this tropical storm, and back here to the far right was still a 40% chance of development. So we'll know more about it as these two storms come in. But this is what we have. All I can say is be prepared anywhere along the Gulf Coast, and remember that the Navy model has it pulling back across Florida and possibly into the Atlantic, guys, and then you got to watch Georgia and the Carolinas along the coast. But this will tighten up, and we will be watching it for sure, guys. It's a heads up, batten down the hatches, and be safe.